Good afternoon, everybody. It is Friday, and you are here with me, David Thompson, Duffer One, in the 19th hole. This is Duffers Review, 19th hole, where we come together for 30 minutes or less to talk about this week in golf. Let's go ahead and get this thing rolling. Let's go right out to it. It's the Memorial Tournament. All right, Jack Nicklaus design course. So the Memorial Tournament is a PGA Tour golf tournament founded in 1976 by Jack Nicklaus. It's been played on a Nicklaus designed course at Murrayfield Village Golf Club in Dublin, Ohio, suburb north of Columbus. Now, here's what's great. This week, I'm going to talk about it. It's probably we're talking about one of the greats, right? Jack Nicklaus. Uh, and here's what's so unique about this. It's his tournament. It's the Memorial Tournament. They did a great interview with Jack this week that led to one of the most kind of like I would say openings of his opinion that we've heard in quite some time. So we're going to kind of dive into that a little bit here today. Here's what's great. This is a it's a star-studded field, right? Regardless of status, anyone being, evaluated. The it's the event with 20 million, purse, hasn't heard of 120 man field. It's got 7 of the top 10 official world golf ranking, and 38 of the top 50 are in the field as well. 25 of the top 30 are in the FedEx Cup standings, and 22 of the 27 players have won on tour this season. So this is kind of one of the tournaments everyone should be watching, should have their eyes on, because you're going to have some real movement and you're going to have some real players talking about it. We're already through pretty much the day here, Friday. Top of the board right now is Shu. Matsuyama is in second. You got Lipsky and Cantley tied for third. But here's where I think it gets really interesting. Fifth to like seventh, you got some really powerful names. Saturday being moving day, I think you're going to have a really, really good lineup come the top 10 players on the top of the leaderboard. Right now, through it's 8 under is leading the pack, but you've got McElroy, Fowler, Rahm, Rogers, Clark. You guys, all these guys are just sitting, just 4 back. That is a phenomenal position to be sitting in, getting ready to go into moving day, where any last one of these players can do it. I love seeing Ricky Fowler on the board. He's making a statement. I think he's, his appearance you heard me talk about last week, breaking it back into the top 50. I think he's decided to, I want to be relevant again. I want to be a player amongst the professionals here on the PGA Tour, and he's doing the work. And that's what's more important than anything else. He's done all his commercials. He's done his, his new, the family life and stuff. But I think now you're starting to see him actually put in the work. And it's really great to see him up on the top of the board there, going into moving day. But here's what really interesting one. All right, let's talk about this. Jack, views on live players. This was a great read from Golf Digest that I got a chance to kind of review and look at it and get a perspective of Jack's, view on some of the players and stuff like this. He is, of course. Here we go. He said out of the gate, he goes, "Yeah, I wish them all well." Right. But what was really unique when they asked Jack about it, he goes, "Look, for they have a ton of the best players in the world, right, are playing in his tournament." But what was great is they talked about the confrontation between live golf players, with Brooke Koepka winning, the event last week, and he goes, look, the best thing he said is, I'm going to read the quote here. There were certain players that it was probably the right thing for Nicklaus to join in, for joining the Live Tour. It has probably, spurred the PGA Tour to think that there's any question about that, either to move it to a greater heights. But it wasn't for me. It wasn't for what my legacy was. Obviously, I pretty much started where the tour is. It's out here. Here's the thing is I loved about it. And he goes, asked if he was disappointed not to be, have one of the reigning major winners in the field this week. He said, I don't even consider those guys part of the game anymore. I don't mean that in a nasty way. This is a PGA Tour event, and we have the best field we can possibly have for the PGA Tour for tour event for those who are eligible to be here. The other guys made a choice of what they did, and where they were going, where they've gone, and we don't even talk about it. This is such a powerful statement. Like, you have one of the best players, in history. His legacy, is going to go down. It's going to bear. This is just one of those. You see it, said it, and he draws a line. He just draws a line on it. I think that's phenomenal for him to come out and put such a stamp on his tournament. Congratulate those that are there, right? And looking forward to this field, putting such a positive spin on where the game's going to go. So it's, it leads into him then start talking about the earnings of today, which I thought this was such an amazing read. In his era, his PC said he remembers earning $33.33 for his first check at the 1962 Los Angeles Open for finishing 50th, right? He said, the first year I played, you made the cut. 70 players made the cut, but they only paid 50. And I made money in every tournament I played in my first year, and I had a lot of them that just made the cut, he recalled. I shot 64 in the last round at Pensacola to make last money. I think I shot 65 in the last round at Palm Springs to close it. He goes, those days you pick up $250. This is what we were making when we would just make the cut. This is staggering. Like, we pay now $250 for a round of golf. So one of the most prolific, golfers in history, is going to go down in history, talks about where these guys are playing today and how good they are. His take on it was like, he almost makes it sound like they're making too much money. Now, mind you, this tournament's bringing in $20 million purse, right? One of the more heavier weighted tournaments on tour this year. What was really unique that I liked most about this is he explained, some of the guys might not even care about playing golf. They're just good at it, and it means an end for them. I think that was a stab at those that are just like, hey, I'm done over here on the PGA Tour. I'm going to get a huge paycheck over here on Live, and that's why I think he dismisses them the way he does. It says, I don't even talk about him anymore, right? They took a huge payday to go to another tour. But it's changing. It's evolution. I mean, look at it. NFL now has XFL. Right, and it's now stomping grounds, to move up. I don't think the Live Tour is that. I think it's now a tour. I almost feel like it's a tour separate from the PGA, but it's still not even Champions Tour, right? You still have the Champions Tour where you have some just phenomenal names still getting together every weekend and playing golf and still playing 4 rounds. It isn't hyphenated like the Live Tour. But they're also not making checks like those guys over there either, right? He goes, what's my lifetime earning on the regular tour? $5 million. He made $5 million, all right? And he goes, his retirement from the PGA Tour was around $237,000. Tiger Woods is on track for it to be over $100 million. So that just goes to show you the jump of how much golf has changed and transcended time in such a manner. This was a phenomenal read. We're going to make sure we put the link to this golf week. If you haven't got a chance to read it, go out there and read it. It really brought a great perspective from such a phenomenal player as Jack, to the table. So it was very, very unique in its own right in that perspective. All right, so that's what's kind of happening in this week in golf right now. The Memorial Tournament is on its way. We're halfway through. Jack has some great views and stuff on that, but I had a couple of messages from last week that I went kind of way too expensive in the Father's Day gifts and options. So why not? We're going to bring this back to the table here, and we're going to talk about some other Father's Day gifts for the golfer in your family. So the Duffers picks or reviews here for the Father's Day golfers here. Let me add this to the stream here. I'm going to start right here with you guys. All right, so let me get my mouse in the right place for everybody. All right, so the first one I'm going to start right out again. This is actually for, especially for a duffer like myself. I'll go out and play 2 rounds in a day. I may have to travel, someplace like this. You never know what's going to happen on a golf course. And I've learned this over time. Every golfer especially if you have the opportunity to drive there yourself, you have your own vehicle, you have your own setup, should have one of these in their car. All right. This one here is by Your Peak. It's a 2-layer golf trunk organizer. It's a waterproof car golf locker that's separated, ventilated between the compartments of the shoes and here. So here's what I like about this: 2 sets of shoes. I'm going to talk more about shoes a little bit later here in the stream. But here's the thing: I love my Nike 270Gs. They're probably the most comfortable shoes I've worn in the last year and a half of getting them. So much so that they're getting ready to go out of stock. They're getting ready, I don't think, to be produced anymore. So I went and bought extra along the lines in there. However, I still love a couple of the pairs that I have, and I got a great Father's Day gift option for you here coming up. But here's what I like about it. Is I know many of you have gone out there, you've played around, and you're like, hey, let's go around for another 18. And you're just like, man, my feet are beat. I wish I had dipped my other pair of shoes. You may have sweated, right through, the bottom ends of them. So what better yet to have the capability of being able to grab a few different options here in the bag. This one here is large enough space for these type of accessories. 2 tops, 2 caps, 2 pairs of shoes. You can get multiple pairs of socks in there, multiple sets of gloves. You can put golf balls in there, golf tees, brushes, towels, pens, etc., etc., etc. Right? How you pack it, I'm sure you can get more than what is associated here, but a standard, golf accessory or trunk accessory, this is one of those items to have. You should definitely be putting this into your arsenal, or get it for that father or dad in your your options here. All right, now here's another one. Wouldn't be a Duffer review if I didn't talk about what most Duffers really care. The Caddy Swag. Caddy Swag is a 6-can sleeve for your favorite beverage. Whatever beer that you want to put in there, whatever. This thing even fits the seltzers. Get a little bit more than 6 in there from a seltzer. Here's what I like about this one. This one's a little bit better than most. As you can see here, in Linus, it has its own ice cooler. You could freeze this to keep all your cans and everything cool in here, which is a lot different than some of the other beer sleeves that I've seen, where you just put it in there. It might be a little bit insulated on the sleeve itself, but the fact that you can pre-ice this keeps it cold. You will see a definitive review on this deeper from myself coming up here shortly in another stream. But this one here, because of the ice pack layer, makes this the Duffer's choice between the Caddy for your beers out on the course, right? As you've seen, I've had other libations of sorts on the course as well. But the Caddy Swag is great. You can see it here. It goes into you can fit great in a side pocket. Get it in there, nice and cool. For those of you that never bring your own libations to the course, especially at some of those courses where the 19th hole is extremely expensive per beer. So. As you've seen, it's made in a Shark Tank, so it's moving its way along. Right, it's a great Father's Day gift option. Now, here's actually one of my favorites. I was surprised by. There's multiple different brands, so it's not even really brand eccentric that I want to talk about here, but it's the breathable chili microfiber towel. Right, this one here I like about this is it's for the style neck. This is one of those this cooling towels. I got it for my wife once from her birthday. Because one of her biggest complaints was it's always so hot. We play in Arizona, and she loves it. Throw it in the little thing here. Throw it in there. You could throw it on ice prior to even going out to the round. Makes it nice and chill. Ring it just so it's not sopping wet where it's going to necessarily freeze, but it's going to get a great chill on it, and it lasts 18 holes easy. Keeping it out there. What's even better is if you got a cart that's got a cooler on the side, you can redimp this bad boy, rinse it out. It's one of the best microfiber towels to keep you nice and cool, and it makes a huge difference. It really can keep the heat off your neck, keep anything else you want to utilize it for. But this is a phenomenal Duffer review Best Buy option here, especially for $12. Right, and this is a 2-pack. This is a no-brainer. This is an awesome Father's Day gift. I would definitely put this one in your guys' bag. Now, let's talk customization. Customization usually makes a great option here for any Father's Day gift, right? Being able to get a customized gift or item, for the golfer actually goes a lot longer. What I've noticed in playing a lot of guest duffers and stuff out there, when you look at their bags and you see who they're repping, some of them have their sports stuff like this. Those that have customized, and you ask them how long they have that, it's usually like this. Oh, I got it from my kids from Father's Day, or my wife got me this. I love the fact that this is, it's got my initials on it, or it's been, customized with their name or their favorite team, a logo on it. Those go a long way. I actually had a buddy of mine get his golf bag stolen. And his number one concern, it wasn't about getting the clubs back. He wanted to get the clubs back. So he goes, I had a personalized bag tag on there that was sentimental to him, that he was like, if I can just get that back, everything else can be replaced. So these customizing an option or a gift goes a really long way for something as simple as $18 and a bag tag, put their name on it, as a Father's Day gift. Great one here on Amazon. You can see very detailed leather, golf tee holder, multiple different options, as you can see here, all customizable. Great option for Father's Day gifts. Now, let's talk about this one here. This one's actually a unique one. I actually have one in my bag. I can't show it. I want to show it to you because mine has a little bit of an explicit. I got the nice little middle finger going for my ball when everyone's always questioning, is your ball marked? Here's this one. Get a customized ball marker. All right, get your initials, get a symbol on it. There's so many different options here. There's other sites that you can probably get different customizable type of stuff, but a customized ball marker, so you can stamp all your golf balls. Also makes it so much faster to mark all your golf balls going out there, to play. But this is always great. Go with the funny. I think they're utilized more. All of mine that are marked, especially for the tournament coming up, just so the other team can see it in our scramble. The one that's way out in front in the middle of the fairway, it's mine with the middle finger, right? So, hey, it's just, just giving you the salute that you're number one. But this is another great Father's Day item to get them to get a customized ball marker that allows you to get any variables of what you can see here, right? The other one you could do is the shoe bag holder, right? Get it actually. I'm maybe it's just my OCD, but I actually have shoe bags for every pair of shoes that I have. I like it because I know exactly what's in each one of them are slightly different, so I know what I'm grabbing, which shoes that I'm going for which pair. For me, they are all different, so I know exactly which pair are what. But even better, I like that these are customizable because I would customize them and I'd probably put 270 G's on them or something. For me, I'd probably tweak it just a little bit different for my OCD of which golf shoe or something that's in there. But this is how I would utilize this particular item. Again, multiple different colors, multiple color thread options for customizing, the shoe bag for that Father's Day gift. Great option. Love to do that, especially if you get done with a round and you still have mud or something on it. They've gotten just a little dirty, too dusty. You just don't want to throw them in the back of your car. This is the main reason why I have them. It's like throw them in there, zip them up. Right? I'm not messing up anything else. Again, maybe that's just the OCD side of me, right? But that's just me. All right, now here's what's really cool. This one I'm actually contemplating. We have a spot on the front of the house that's got 2 hooks that we've been here now almost 2.5 years, and we have been able to haven't been able to decide on what that image or what that design or artwork or stuff is going to be. I have a feeling the wife's going to say turn around and put that in the backyard, but you're definitely going to see a Duffers 19th hole customized iron sign, if you will, so it can be hang up, out there next to the putting green or something. I'll probably get, monogrammed one for D&D for the front, but this is a great option. As you can see here, look at the size of this against the guy holding it for $30. This is a steal. This is a steal. Everything like that. It's one of those I wish I had a stamp that I can throw up on the screen real quick. Hot buy, hot deal. Get after it while you can. This is a phenomenal Father's Day gift. And for those that were complaining last week that nobody's going out and buying $300 options or items, this could be a perfect solution for those last minute, Father's Day gift ideas. Now, here's one I'm crazy excited for. If I don't get this one as a Father's Day gift, hint, Chase, Destiny. If I don't get this one as a Father's Day gift, it will be purchased the day after. So I could put this up here, especially for Duffers review. All the different courses, we reviewed 100 and some courses already to date. Being able to throw the pins in and create a way to look at this and put the pins in this board here, this personalized course tracking map, is great. I mean, from New York, everyone, and here's what I love about this is you can do, again, customize. It's a customized solution option, different frame types that you can put on here and choose. But I like this. Look at this, top 200 U.S. courses that you could play on. So this again is probably one of the more interesting ones for me, to be able to say, hey, gone out here, pin it, that you've played it, and next to it, so we can ensure that any guys you're asking for a review or have they been reviewed, hey, let me know. We'll start pinning them and put them in the videos. ABC viewer, I'll put a flag in there and put the viewer, that said, hey, this is a course I wanted you to review. All right, so we'll even make it a more interactive, for all the other Duffers out here, watching. So this one will be coming soon to a Duffers house near you. But last but not least, before I get out of this one here, before I get off of this tyrant of thing here, here's the last customizable thing you do. FootJoy has made a full line of customizable type of shoes. So whether you want the, different aspects of the shoe here and go in here and you can completely customize. Let's change it. Let's go through it. Each one of the designs. Here's what I think was so great about this. Let's go back. Catch up with me. For those that are picky, that are trying to find that right golf shoe, having that customizable, ability, in being able to design your own shoe, comes off great, right? It comes off in that option for you to coordinate, right? You're looking for a certain look, you're looking for a certain color, whether it's your favorite football team, you're trying to, align it up to your alumni school. But you have multiple different options from classics to the Premier Series. I went and designed and threw into my cart these bad boys right here. The SLs with the BOA connector strings design on the back. I love this 3D look and view of this, right? BOA action, just a little turn of the knob, tighten it up is exactly what you want, fine tune your shot and your game. This right here makes, I think, a great shoe comfort. FootJoys are my number 2. They were my number 1 for a long time until I found the 270Gs. But the FootJoys are going back into the bag here because I got these custom ones already designed out and ready to rock. And the ability to go in here and change each one of the uppers, whether I want to go back to laces, I can simply come in here, look, 3D read it. If I want laces in it, I think the BOA construction on these look a lot better in there. And then the color for those laces for the BOA system, I'm going to do in black. But again, as you can come to each one of these, you can see I can come in here and I can change the base. If I want to do all white, a little patent leather, I'm going to be real fancy out there. I'm going to do a gray offset. I want to go to smooth leather. I can change those off there again, and then I come here and change the saddle as well. Multiple different options, as you can see here. I want to get crazy with it, whatever you want. And this is what makes this gift so great for a Father's Day option is, get them the gift card. Let them and do it where it's the FootJoy customizables. All right, give them that option. Let them go out and build their shoe. Here's the other thing I like about about these. The great is in this little space right here, throwing the initials on there. All right, I'm gonna see if I can get full Duffer 1 or Duff on there. I'm gonna get those on there and make it really, really unique. Not only that, for you country clubbers that have the ability to leave your shoes with the attendant and everything like this, there's nothing like a custom set of shoes. You're getting your shoes back all the way down to your initials monogrammed on the back of the heel. So, hey, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you hanging out with me in today's Duffers review in the 19th hole this week in golf. That is the second chapter of Father's Day options and gifts. I hope you guys get a chance to take any of these ideas. They're all great ones. I think every golfer out there would love to put any last one of these options into their bag. Next week, the results. And we're going to be talking what courses are going to be coming up in the Duffers versus Pick'em Pros tournament coming up here soon. So, you guys, I appreciate you spending the time with me. As I promised, 30 minutes or less in this week's in golf. I'm coming in just under the wire, so I hope it didn't bore you for too long. But again, get out there, customize a pair of shoes for yourself. Remember to like, subscribe. Let me know where you want to go golf, and I'll come out and review it with you. Peace, guys. Enjoy your weekend.